Yeah, I called you a fascist. You figure it out.
White people get bad names because of people like you.
You're a disgrace
Should I be ashamed because I'm Latin?
to your people.
Disgrace?
To your people. Yes, you're a disgrace to the land.
And you're what, a staple of the white people?
I don't agree with anything that's about to come out of your mouth. You don't agree with anything that's about to
Facts at all? You don't agree with facts?
I don't believe you have facts.
How do you know that wasn't changed after the fact?
How do you know it wasn't, though?
You are into getting me to agree that those conditions don't exist.
Oh, no, I'm not asking.
I'm not. We could end this right now.
Everyone's preaching openness and acceptance, and so now millions of goddamn immigrants are coming over the border and nobody seems to care.
But what are you gonna do? In today's world, it's like you can't even say anything negative about illegal immigrants.
Woo, 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 woo! Did somebody over here say illegal immigrants? Because the correct term is undocumented immigrants, all right, bruh? It's like nobody cares, and they just keep coming.
Well, we're here to basically support everybody who is unhappy with what's happening at the borders and the way people are being treated.
I'm here to try and lend support for the organizations that are trying to do more to help the crisis that's happening at our border right now.
I think no person is illegal and shouldn't be treated that way.
Trump administration is pulling some very inhumane actions that are going to have very long-term consequences for the children he is separated from their families.
It's a humanitarian crisis. You shouldn't really even care whether you're Republican or Democrat.
I begin to wonder whether there is an empathy deficit.
Put this picture up. Does that look like a deficit of empathy right there?
Not
That's
at all.
the kind of stuff that happens every single day on the border, doesn't it?
Right.
Would you denounce then Obama for actually creating the cages that they're in now? In the policies
I don't know that Obama created those cages.
On day one, I'm going to begin swiftly removing criminal illegal immigrants from this country.
If his previous statements are a guide at all, Donald Trump's major speech on immigration Wednesday could turn out to be surprisingly similar to President Obama's position on the topic.
And that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security.
So would you denounce Obama then for creating the actual cages and deporting the most illegal immigrants in history as a U.S. president? Because he was the one that created those cages.
Both men say ridding the country of criminal illegal immigrants is a top priority, and both propose spending more on border security. And though Trump's constant call for a massive wall along the U.S.-Mexico border is not supported by the president, both men have been proponents of adding so-called virtual border security.
Would you denounce then Obama for creating the cages that they're in?
Were they made for immigrants?
For illegals, yeah.
I wouldn't denounce him.
I think that his policy on that was not a good one. I don't denounce the man, I denounce the policy.
I'm not going to.
That's an honest question. I'm not trying to start arguments or get you a gotcha moment. I'm just asking factual with facts. Would you denounce then Obama for starting the cages and everything at the borders?
Denounce Obama? Obama had nothing to do with the cages.
During the presidency of Barack Obama, we didn't see outrage from the Democrats then. We didn't see prominent Democrat members of Congress condemning the, quote, concentration camps and, quote, torture then. Again, President Trump has not built a single cage. The cages you see in the news and on Twitter were constructed by President Obama's administration.
He's the one that created them, though.
No, he did not.
Comments from Democrats in Congress, I think, only serve to demean the public service of our brave Border Patrol employees and, frankly, and this is important, to spark unnecessary outrage.
Yeah, he was. That's a fact, seriously.
In fact, the only thing the Trump administration has used chain link fence for is one temporary facility through which immigrants pass when they initially come and they're getting screened.
He started them, and he's the president that deported the most people.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable.
The Obama administration has deported more than the sum of all the U.S. presidents of the 20th century, 2.5 million and counting.
Okay.
Hundreds of unaccompanied children from Central America are arriving daily on the U.S. border, hoping to gain entry. They are flooding the immigration system, which must determine whether they have grounds to stay in the country legally before they are deported.
The problem is that our system is so broken, so unclear, that folks don't know what the rules are.
President Obama said Monday that smugglers, traffickers, and other dangerous criminals use the confusion in the U.S. immigration system to traffic people and goods across the border.
Do you think that's a problem?
Anytime you're trafficking with children, it's a problem. Yes, but we all Americans have to understand that if a person is coming and walking great distances and leaving their home knowing that the consequences to try to seek asylum in this country is so horrendous, we have to think about why people would choose to do that.
Protecting public safety and deporting dangerous criminals has been and will remain the top priority, but we are going to refocus our efforts where we can to make sure we do what it takes to keep our borders secure.
If that's your angle, go with it. That is not.
That's a fact, though.
The President of the United States now apparently going to try to change his own policy, Julie. The Latino community has been furious for years, saying President Obama has deported more undocumented workers than President Bush did. Now the president's all of a sudden saying, what can we do to alleviate this? Is this anything more than you're in an election year, you need the base to turn out, let's try to play favor with Latinos?
Those photos that they send around now, how they're being treated, those are actually photos from the Obama administration?
I'd have yet to see evidence on that.
These youth are part of a record wave of unaccompanied minors arriving on the U.S. border. Nearly 50,000 have arrived since October, mainly from Central America. That number could reach 60 or even 90,000 by year's end.
But that's who created the cages, though. The Obama administration is actually the one that did that because it was so bad at that point, and now it's just getting even worse.
So let's focus on the problem at hand, though. And the problem at hand is you've got 800 kids in a cell that's supposed to hold 200.
Congress needs to provide additional support to deal with the crisis at our southern border. But we've got to get to the root causes. We've got to close the loopholes.
Trump's buddies are making nearly $800 per day per child and not giving them toothbrushes.
Like the prison system here.
Absolutely. That's who's doing it, right?
The Democrats would change the asylum laws and the loopholes, which they refuse to do because they think it's good politics. Everything would be solved immediately.
So let me ask this. Do you think that anybody should just come across the border without being vetted?
I don't have a problem with that, actually.
Being vetted?
I don't have a problem with open borders.
You don't?
No.
It doesn't make sense that any human should be treated in a detention center. We're locking up kids, standing room only, where they can't sleep, giving them Mylar blankets in freezing cold not freezing, but cold temperatures.
Here's the law when it comes to those who are undocumented, and they allocate a whole bunch of money for enforcement. And what I have been able to do is to make a legal argument that I think is absolutely right, which is that given the resources we have, we can't do everything that Congress has asked us to do. And I do get a little worried that advocates of immigration reform start losing heart and immediately thinking, well, somehow there's an out here. If Congress doesn't act, we'll just have the president sign something and that'll take care of it and we won't have to worry about it.
How do you feel about these people bringing their kids on that trek to come over here? It's so long, putting them in danger. What do you think? Do you think that they should put them in line like everybody else and do the asylum the correct way?
Would you rather wait 10 years in a country where your child is risk of being killed or forced into a gang where they're going to be killed?
We intend to do the right thing by these children. Their parents need to know that this is an incredibly dangerous situation, and it is unlikely that their children will be able to stay.
You're so desperate for asylum that you will do anything to get out of being raped, murdered, or killed. Do you really blame these people?
Do you think that? Do you not agree that on that
line?
Did you know the fact that of the women that are traveling are like 15 to 20 times more likely to get raped on the journey?
Yeah, but murdered as well?
Yeah, murdered, raped, taken advantage of, sexually molested children on the trek to come here. That's what's happening with the cartels, and they're stealing children.
And I've asked parents across Central America not to put their children in harm's way in this fashion.
They're paying people to take their kids across the border to bring them back over so they could just be used and shipped. You don't agree with
I don't agree with it, but I also don't believe that. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Don't believe that.
I think that's part of what we're doing here is to try to say Trump doesn't speak for us. We're creating the future people who may wake up one day and say, I'm so mad at what they did to me back then. I was separated from my family. I'm going to take out every
government officials.
that they got. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that that's exactly right. I'm just saying that is, it's a surprise that more people don't do that with this kind of whatever.
And what evidence is there to prove that?
There would be a lot of video, and there would be a lot.
AOC?
Yeah, I like AOC.
This was them on their best behavior, and they put them in a room with no running water.
Yeah, I like AOC.
And these women were being told by CBP officers to drink out of the toilet. They were drinking water out of the toilet. And that was them knowing that a congressional visit was coming. This is CBP on their best behavior, telling people to drink out of the toilet.
Yeah, I like AOC.
Like her video?
Well, her video, and then all the others that you see out there, all the other video and pictures and whatnot.
But she was debunked.
Good afternoon. My name is Roy Villarreal. I am the Chief Patrol Agent for the Tucson Border Patrol Sector. Today is July 3rd. My goal today is to dispel some of the misinformation that's out there in regards to our detention facilities. So come with me.
By the actual Border Patrol officer.
Border Patrol, I'm not really sure I'm buying their
You know what she accused them of, though, right?
Do tell.
So she accused them of making the women drink out of toilets.
These women were being told by CBP officers to drink out of the toilet.
I don't think she accused them. I think that's what the women told him.
These women were being told by CBP officers to drink out of the toilet.
Well, that's what she said, that the Border Patrol are making females.
Aliens are not forced to drink out of the toilet. Aliens have options. There's fresh water that's provided on a regular basis in a water cooler. There's also water that is provided in this is a combination of toilet, sink, and the sink provides fresh water.
You know the AOC statement that she was saying that the Border Patrol agents were making the women drink out of the toilet bowl for water?
These women were being told by CBP officers to drink out of the toilet.
Yeah,
No,
I heard that statement, yes.
And it was a lie, though, and it was debunked.
How do you know that wasn't changed after the fact?
How do you know it wasn't, though?
I'm not sure, but it could have been changed after the fact very easily.
There's a lot of misinformation that we're not allowing people to brush their teeth. This is a toothbrush that is preloaded with toothpaste, and it's provided to everyone and readily available should they want more than one.
But I don't agree with what the mainstream media is trying to push to say that it's such horrible conditions down there. And where do you I would ask?
I'm sorry, I've got good intel about the horrible conditions out there. And if you are into getting me to agree that those conditions don't exist,
no, I'm not asking.
I'm not. We could end this right now.
What we have supplies of are diapers, baby wipes, clothing for children marked by gender, age, clothing for men and women. We've got supplies. These are feminine hygiene products that are readily available for any of the detainees.
Trump passed a law where they don't separate the children if they're actual family members, right?
I consider it to be a very important executive order. It's about keeping families together while at the same time being sure that we have a very powerful, very strong border, and border security will be equal, if not greater than previously.
Except they're not practicing that.
Well, no, but they are. They have to.
No, I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't. The administration may say one thing, but they're practicing another.
So we're going to have strong, very strong borders, but we're going to keep the families together. I didn't like the sight or the feeling of families being separated.
Our government is more focused on people who are just trying to save their own lives instead of people who are
but that's
actually killing other Americans.
But that's a main problem that you have to address.
Right, okay, I'm done, okay?
And that's not what I'm here for, so you can...
That's what I'm saying. What are you here for?
I'm here to make your guy get out of office.
Oh, yeah, that's what it probably is, yeah.
I don't want to have this conversation with you because we're not going to agree.
We don't have to agree. It's just to create a civil discourse so we can have an understanding on both sides.
Here's the bottom line, and this will be the end of it, okay? I think that President Trump is a big bully, and I think that he has brought out the worst in us as a people.
You don't think that the mainstream media faking it, though?
Okay. Oh my God, we don't want to do this anymore. Can you please go?
But this is how you build as a nation.
We're done.
And I'm talking to her.
Right. Hey, Do not talk to her like that.
Then tell her not to talk to me like that. It's a respect thing. I'm not disrespecting nobody, so don't disrespect me.
We're going to disagree. I don't agree with anything that's about to come out of your mouth. You don't agree with anything that's about to...
Facts at all? You don't agree with facts?
I don't believe you have facts. I need you to go. Right, but I'm done.
Done answering questions? So would you denounce Obama for that though?
If Obama was doing what Trump is doing, yes, I would.
He's the one that started it though, with the cages.
Okay, again, move on. We're done.
But you won't denounce that?
Yeah, let's go this route. We'll leave because I've already asked you repeatedly to stop.
Have a good one. God bless you. How do you feel about then Trump signing the law that they don't separate families anymore at the border?
It's outrageous. It's
a good thing though, right?
Oh, that they don't.
He passed a bill a law that's saying that they won't separate the children from the families.
Well, I hope that's true.
Yeah. No, me too, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know, there a lot of times the cartels use children to recycle them to get the people across the border. So when they do DNA tests, that they find out the children that are with the parents aren't even family. We're talking. I'm Brandon with That's the Point.
That's all right. Have a good day.
What's wrong with you, sir? I'm having a civil discourse.
Yeah, I'm not interested in talking.
So then why are you telling other people not to talk?
That's my wife.
Okay, well then you can do that. Fair enough.
Have a nice night.
All right, well have a good one, man. God bless. Have a great night.
They keep us so focused on history that we start to believe that it actually repeats itself. And we become overly traditional, and we can't advance as a race of beings. We get too caught up in the past and what everyone's saying and what everyone's tweeting, and sometimes you just have to be fearless enough to break the simulation.
Yeah, I called you a fascist. You figure it out, buddy.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to also say it again, do you?
You know, Trump is a fascist.
We don't believe.
And you're a fascist. Running around yet.
That's pretty intolerant of you.
Trump is a fascist.
That's pretty intolerant of you, huh? How am I a fascist? I'm for freedom of speech. I'm an independent media. Freedom of speech. I'm an independent media.
Okay, well, you know what?
Fascist.
You're disrespectful.
Walk away.
And your boy Trump is disrespectful.
Okay? You're the media, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Right. That's right. Call me an again and we got a problem, sir. Well, then tell him who's disrespecting me. I ain't been bothering nobody. So step to him about it.
I'm not stepping to anybody.
So then what are you telling me? So what you telling me for?
Run.
Trump is your president, sir. Deal with it.
No, he ain't my president.
Yeah, he is.
Don't get it twisted.
He is your president. United States president, sir.
It's like you are. Look, I'll take your picture too.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Take it. Who's gonna see it? Two people? Who's gonna see it? Two people?
Here's a little white
Who's gonna see it? Two people?
I'm independent media too.
Independent media. Oh, that's the point, baby. That's right. You can start. Absolutely. Agreed. You're a Nazi, sir. You're a Nazi, sir. Sir, why are you a Nazi? I'm Latin. I'm a Latino for Trump. So you hating on the Latin race? You hating on the Latin race?
Little red hat.
Are you hating on the Latin race? I'm a Latino for Trump.
Shame on you. Shame
Are
on
you exerting your white supremacy? Are you exerting your white supremacy over me? Should I be ashamed because I'm Latin? Disgrace?
To your people. Yes, you're a disgrace to the land.
And you're what? A staple of the white people? That's why white people get bad names. That's why people get bad names. White people get bad names because of people like you.
Can you call the cops?
Harass me because I have a shirt on. Because I have this shirt on, I'm a conservative independent media reporter asking people questions, just trying to find out what everybody's doing out here. And you know, whether we agree or not, we should be able to have a civil discourse without disrespect. Would you agree?
I think that everybody has an opinion, but it's just how you wear it, man, and how you present it. To your point, I agree. Everybody definitely has an opinion. Everybody has a right to express their opinion.